out the question.
Episodio Cuatro.
You forgot to
fucking
add
tickle
any
me, cunt.
questions, Steven.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to do all the
yeah,
questions.
yeah. No effort, no effort. Yeah, no effort.
No. I'm a bit under the ball.
Bit under the ball, mate. So this is episode 4. Cuatro.
Jimmy's got it.
No, you got it.
I got
Yeah. This is your question first.
Yeah.
Experience
Someone's
with
asking.
staff.
Yeah. How many times have you gotten staff?
Fucking too many times to count.
Quite a few times, yeah.
I think the last time I had it pretty badly was a few days before I flew out to Singapore.
Oh.
That last trials, yeah, dude. I was I had a massive one. I had like a massive one over here, and I had to be on IV. Like I knew what it was straight away, and like fucking I had ringworm like over here as well.
Once you've had it a few times, you recognize it pretty early.
like
It's
real-
like when it's super, like the swollen area is big.
Long story short, real recognize real.
I always get it when I'm super fatigued, and then I keep pushing, and then like I think your immunity goes down. That's
Well,
when I get
that's the
most.
thing, and it's like I think guys in jits or like combat sports are more prone to it because we're always training and like in a really well like depleted state.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like particularly jits guys, like if you're like, long
Yeah.
story short, if you're a full-time jits guy, you're fucking unemployed. You got fuck all money to fucking feed yourself. You're scrounging together whatever you can get. So your body's got just limited nutrients to work with, and then it's just a recipe for staff disaster.
And then if you're hanging around in like sweaty rash guards and stuff, and you don't shower immediately, yeah, you're gonna get it.
We've rolled a few times with staff. I feel like it's like where I get annoyed with getting staff is like, oh, if you roll with a white belt and they have staff and then they give it to you, it was like, bro, the roll wasn't even worth it. Like I don't mind getting staff off, like just say for example, if like, you know, one of you boys come and it's like, oh, it's a good roll and we're doing it, it's fine, it was worth it, you know what I mean? Yeah, but like if a white belt gives me it, I'm just like, bro, it wasn't even a good roll, like, you know what I mean?
I was just to say this one is like I used to say to people, it's like the only time you would catch me wearing long sleeve rash shoes now is if I got ringworm or staff.
Yeah.
That or maybe if it's just really fucking cold, but that's the only exception.
I haven't got ringworm yet, just a few staff, yeah. Got it on my knee. But every time I've had it, or you've had it, we've always just been like, oh, let's just roll, it's fine. Remember that one time it was on my quad and I was like, bruh, I'm not sure this, and then it just got even more fat.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you? Where have you had it?
I always get it like in the gooch.
Oh, did you get it in the gooch?
Yeah, in the gooch on my thumb. It's like the most annoying spot. I think because I just get like ingrown hairs there, or like just like pimples and shit there.
Mine is it's either my thigh, or my arms.
That was a popular one.
Yeah, the arms. Yeah.
It's bad if it gets into the joint. Yeah. So like knee joint is really bad because that can potentially, what can happen is that it can actually affect, like it can get deep enough that it can actually affect the bone and
Yeah,
like
imagine it eating away your ACL and
Yeah,
your
bro.
meniscus.
Yeah.
Just
What was the guy? Who's the guy that got initially-
Timothy?
Yeah, Timothy. When I remember that
Tim
was a big,
Schultz.
that was a big story.
Oh,
He
that
had
was,
his leg
dude.
chopped off.
It went into a shin, but I think the problem there is they had given him the wrong antibiotics in the hospital, and then it festered and got worse, and then he didn't have travel insurance.
Yeah.
So that's what really
That'd be
fucked.
the worst, eh?
Thailand staff seems like a whole different can of
Well,
worms.
yeah,
It's like a
that's-
different level.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard. It's like they got like a super bug there. But then like the Thais already have a natural immunity to it because of their diet and
true.
everything.
And it's like that perfect environment, like super humid, super sweaty. Maybe the mat sounds, well, I don't know. Maybe the mat sounds
Yeah,
super clean.
just washing yourself with chlorhexidine like religiously.
Yeah.
Religiously.
Next one. Best person you've rolled with and best person you've competed against.
Go first.
Or rolled with. I don't know. There's different categories. Do you mean like technically, or do you mean like physically?
You can answer both.
Yeah, all round. Best.
Stolen for
person,
time, bro. Come on.
I say.
Maybe we should have started with someone else. Eh?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably like Urosh, I guess, would probably be the best person. Yeah.
I compete against Yurosh and he beat the shit out of me.
He's
So
so big and jacked.
technical too.
Yeah, compete against. I haven't competed that much, so I couldn't say anything that I've competed against. But like, Dom's quite good. Jimmy's good.
Dom Alpha.
Yeah, Jimmy's good. You're good. Like a lot of people. Yeah, but
Yeah.
different areas, different like skills. Yeah.
I think you were saying Isaac.
Yeah,
was up
Isaac.
there.
Well, Isaac, and I think best person competed against maybe
Jeremy Skinner.
Skinner, Rush, Styles, probably.
Oh yeah, sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, styles.
But that
But
was when I treat the picture.
It's a fuck, bro. I still got fucked up. Like, there's nothing you can say or do to change the result, bro. Like,
Would you want a rematch?
yeah, but I'm not deserving of a rematch.
If
Like,
you-
what have I done? What have I done to that? Like, just being honest here.
Yeah. He's
Like-
medaled a few times at trials.
Yeah, he's medaled a few times.
Second. I
Oh
think,
no,
third or so.
and Ethan Thomas actually. Ethan
Oh
Thomas.
yeah, I remember that.
Ethan Thomas actually. So yeah, so Ethan, Jeremy, Rush.
Pound for pound, nicest guy as well. It seems like. Ethan
Yeah,
Thomas.
he actually is oddly nice.
Yeah.
Oddly nice. Every time I see
Seems
him.
like a super humble,
He
but
is.
lethal dude.
He seems very humble, man. Very humble, level-headed.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably like trained with.
Yeah.
Probably maybe a Flanagan. A Flanagan, maybe.
I hear that about Flanagan.
Flanagan needs to come to Australia. Stop being a pussy.
Good thing the mic can't pick that up.
No. Because right, he's. I've spoken to him, and I think he would come because I think he would sell out here. But he just always like, oh, the spiders, this, that, this. Like, I don't know why. It's also Australia's so far away from everyone, so no one wants to come here.
Yeah,
But like,
it's an arm and a leg to get here.
what?
It's an arm and a leg to get
yeah.
here. You gotta understand that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it would be sick. They were talking about having Luke Griffith here. I think that
Yeah,
would be a
that'll
good
be
one
sick,
to
yeah.
roll with him. I think I know Declan Moody came. It would be sick if he came like here. That would be a good role.
What was it? What about you, Dave?
Well, in the training room, Bob's definitely beat me up the most. I feel like the most helpless. Competition-wise, there's a Kazakh guy I fought. I don't know how to pronounce it. Seki Khan, I think it is.
Was he the one who just fucking just
Yeah,
body
he-
triangled you?
Yeah, he body triangled me. He made me tap from a body triangle. But I felt like I was playing guard against him, and his passing was really good. I could just feel myself getting fatigued. Like, he's quite long and just like really good outside passing, and my gas tank was just getting fucked. So I felt like super out-techniqued by him.
Yeah.
Like,
You were heavier than but
I think I was heavier. That's the sad part. I was heavier than him. And he's fought like Gabriel Souza. Like he was in Aiga. He's been in Aiga. He's in the Kazakh team. He's super good.
Yeah.
High level too. Cool guy. Yeah. Next one. Someone was asking this as well. How do you roll with women?
Just roll the same. But I usually just try to pick a technique and just spam it because it's like, I don't know, probably I think I just, if I'm working on something, I just use them. I just think about it in a sense of like I'm rolling with a white belt.
So you use women, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's good practice.
cancelled instantly.
It's good practice because it's like anytime you have a weight discrepancy or a strength discrepancy, I just find that there's no point like going to your A game because it's just, so I'm like always trying to work things, give them something, work back from there, yeah. But there are a few good girls that I've rolled with, yeah. None of them have ever beaten me, but nah.
Yeah, I think it's just matching the physicality. Because there's there's one girl, Minjam. I don't know if you guys know Minjam. She's super, like, technique-wise, she's, like, super high level. She had a really close match with the AOJ girl that won Worlds in Japan. Like, they even stopped the match because she, like, screamed a bit, and then they, like, kind of stopped the match, and then there was, like, a bit of an argument whether it was a verbal tap or something, and then, like, Yi and Hafa were, like, talking to the ref or something like that. And yeah, the fact that and I've rolled with her. She's tapped me quite a few times. She got injured, but because she screamed and it wasn't in a submission, you're allowed to have a break for some reason. So it's weird rules like that.
Some bullshit.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, Minjam, pound for pound, number one.
I reckon with women, I do take physicality out of play. It forces you to finesse technique. Particularly at times, I'm like, I can say, like, man, some women actually do have better technique than me. Like, when you're going technique for technique and you're forced to finesse,
100%.
it really does show the flaws in your technique. But I still think, like, another thing as well is if I know for a fact that woman is not there to train, yeah, you getting fucked up. Nah, but you're getting fucked up. You're getting fucked up. You're getting.
What would she be there to do?
Well, for when for women's going into a male-dominated space and you're not there to train, you're there for attention. You're going to be aikidoed.
Aikido.
You're going to be you get aikidoed. You get Steven Seagal repeatedly, repeatedly. Yep. That's if I can just see, like, you can just sort of tell with some
Has
women.
a female ever tapped you out?
Yeah, heaps. Actually coming up through the bouts. One of my first 6 months of jiu-jitsu was actually getting smashed by a female brown belt. Well, she's a black belt now, Van Robinson. Yeah, she's a black belt under Pedro Fernandez, one of my old professors back home in New Zealand. Yeah. She is really good, man. Like, she would like assassinate me nicely, like surgically, and then I'd like go roll with these other guys who were all just like fucking big footy boys who just fuck me up, and then just go back to her and then she'd just assassinate me. So cool though, like, you know, that was like my first 6 months of jiu-jitsu. So yeah.
You think a girl could tap you out now?
Yeah.
You think a girl could tap you out now?
Yeah.
Which girl?
I don't know.
But you think a girl could?
Yeah, but I don't know. Probably like Fionn Davies or somebody. Probably. Yeah.
Didn't you roll with Adele?
Yeah, that was good.
He's probably Adele. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But you can't just like whenever you're walking into a new space, like you can't just like I'm gonna go and put 100% on her and injure
No,
her.
you can.
They're gonna look at me like, who the hell is this Arab, bro, that's doing this, eh? Just came for a freaking open mat and then, just hurt the main chick. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
So we had grappling injuries just recently, and I saw Hayden Bailey pulling bottom mount.
And side control.
Yeah, I saw him hit the because I remember Gordon used to do it. He pulled bottom mount, hit the kipping escape straight into a heel hook, and I'm pretty sure I saw Hayden hit that.
Yeah.
And he had a really good match with Tim Moore.
Yeah.
I remember he pulled bottom north south, so Tim was up 3 points. And then it looked like Hayden was kind of getting the better of the exchange. He had some like really good armbar attempts. I think it ended up being 3-2. And then when they fought again, I think Hayden Bailey got the submission win. Yeah. And then Heath did really well as well.
Yeah.
Heath has really good a foot sweep.
Yeah. Oh no, he had a Sasai.
Yeah.
It's Sasai
against
Tim
Tim.
Moore.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he did hit it.
Yeah. He sent the video to me and he's like, "Rate my Sasai, bro," and I was like, "It was nice."
Because I saw him off balancing him really well with it, like quite a few
It
times.
was like a Fedor Emelianenko one.
Over-under.
Yeah, nice over under, like pulling down with the over, elevating with the under, then circling to the overside and boom.
Yeah.
Really good, really good. That fucking GI, man. Oh my god.
That was good. But wait, the comment of it is like, oh, do you think that would be a good technique? I think it only works if the person's trying to go for the sub on you. Because
What?
it's like, with regards to pulling like into mount or half guard.
I think
or, like,
that and if there's a bit of a skill gap.
discrepancy, yeah.
There's a big skill gap there. You can abuse those things.
But you could easily outgame the system, I think, because if they pull into mount point, then as soon as they go for a sub, disengage, then
yeah,
pull
of course.
back.
There is there is that. Yeah.
So it's probably like, would you go and do it in a match? That's probably the
Unless
good-
I know there's a big fucking skill gap and I can get away with it, yeah. But nah, try not to do that.
Yeah.
Watch too much Game of Thrones.
I think we're talking about this too. It's like, I think you can fall in love like with escaping, like you want to work that type of game, but you don't want to do it too much because then I think you become like a Oliver Tarza, where it's like, are you just putting yourself in all those crap positions just so you can escape and just be like, oh, I can escape everything?
Like Gary, but Gary would escape and go into subs.
Subs, yeah. Maybe that's like the idea. Like you just got to keep after the escape subbing. You got to use the escape to get something beneficial.
Next one. What's your favorite jiu-jitsu instructional, or who was your like favorite person to like watch online? I think for me, it was My Evolution, Your Evolution, Gordon Ryan's one, where it's just basically him breaking down his ADCC matches.
Confidence.
And yeah, and it's just cool to see because you know how sometimes they show the technique, and then when you see them do it live, it's actually quite a bit different. Like they might muscle it a little bit more. It's not as perfect, and it's just cool to see Gordon's thought process as he's like showing his matches. So that was my favorite. I always like watching like people break down their matches. That's like the most exciting shit. Maltesers sponsored on the podcast. Handing out the Maltesers.
I think best instructionals, Gordon's instructionals are very good. A bit long, but you can always chuck them on 1.5. And I find the fact that because he repeats the same technique like 4 times, you don't even have to write any notes on it. Who else? Craig. I like Craig's stuff because you can watch it and apply it straight away. O'Flanagan's stuff is quite good, just for more specifics. I can't watch any Danaher stuff, too long. He's telling me how the world was created and this, and I'm like, bro, just hurry up, eh? Doesn't have to be so long, yeah. But I like the idea of full volume, instructional. 4 volumes is good. I hate 8 volumes. 4 volumes with one commentary on the end that rolling. Yeah. Issue with Gordon's instructionals too is that he always has people at the end that he can just smash. Like, what's the point of me just look at you doing the technique to Sunny? Like, it just sucks. Like, go and get people your size. He did the turtle one pretty good. The turtle one, because there was a spastic on that one.
that guy.
Yeah, and then during
You see Gordon getting annoyed.
yeah, what was it during the commentary? He's like, bro, this guy thought it was an 80cc match. I just started cracking up. Yeah, that was a good
I
one.
think that guy ended up being like a super big
Yeah,
black guy
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
He got cut. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I think that's where he met John Carlo.
Yeah, that is how we met John Collar. John Collar is a good UK,
Yeah, and he was
apparently.
like, oh yeah, like I want to work. Like told him to come train with them after. They were doing the recording.
What about who were you watching at the start? Who were you? You on the
Eddie-
Danaher train?
Yeah, Eddie Cummings is.
Eddie Cummings.
I reckon that's the best, like the
OG.
best instructional, like one of the only instructionals I've ever brought.
Yeah.
That his one because he relayed the key concepts for leg locks like really fast, as opposed to Danaher.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did like Danaher's like mastering system or that inter-system, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, for all the submissions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I did was because I had got all of them, but like segmented in chapters, so each volume was put in chapters, so I could go through
Yeah.
and watch all the clips.
I remember the Kimura one being cool. And the triangle one.
Yeah, those are my favorite. My one's
yeah.
favorite actually was the Kimura, and the front headlock.
Yeah, you were putting me in quite a few Kimura traps today.
Yeah, but you're doing a good job of fucking invading other motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident against Kimura trap.
But yeah, that one, Lockie Giles's Guard Anthology.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a big one.
That I enjoyed that. That was like the COVID times, like sort of just a bit after COVID times.
Ari.
It was not the guard retention one, the
Leg lock anthology?
yeah. So that one, the one after that. So we had reverse Dalahiva, leg entanglements, way to guard and Dalahiva.
Yeah. Oh, this actually brings to mind. I'm starting to notice. It seems like the people that excel well don't change their game that much. They
Yeah.
kind of just keep honing. Like you look at a Hodger, you look at a Gordon, you look
They
at
refine
Adam Odzinski. It's like the game's the same. They might add a bit of nuance, but they don't change it completely. Whereas you look at a Lachlan Giles. You see each ADCC is kind of like a different Lachlan. 2015 was like Marcelo Garcia, shin to shin, butterfly. 2017 was wrestling Lachlan when he fought JT, and he
Yeah.
was like shirtless and he had like
Yeah, yeah.
huge lats. 2019 was K-Guard Lachlan. And I think
50-50 variant.
yeah, and then 2022 was a bit more Choi Bar, super good guard retention.
Guard retention.
Yeah.
Unpassable guard.
That's the idea of like being a master at one thing and just not being like mediocre at everything else. But this is like where it's more the idea.
But then you
of-
look at Gordon though. Gordon's always
Gordon's
like
good.
evolved.
Yeah, but now he doesn't play. Yeah, he does always evolve, but I feel like he stays on something for a while. But I think maybe the question is why are you coming into training? I guess that'd be like if you just want to come in and be a world champion. It's probably the idea is just funneling everything into one specific sequence that you like, and then just practicing that versus like coming and being creative.
Or like get them find a way to sort of get just basically work a game where you can funnel them to your key areas,
Yeah.
your key positions
Yeah.
that you excel at. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the idea.
What's a good one?
Diet.
You're just watching us down to some fucking Maltesers.
Sponsor Jimmy.
But well, yeah, what is your guys' diet like?
When I was bulking, I was just a fat fuck, just like eating everything. Now and then when I cut, I started eating healthy, and now I'm like maintaining my weight, and I feel way better, just like kind of keeping the same weight and just trying to eat healthy. Like I eat as much as I want, but I just try and not eat too much shit.
Yeah.
Apart from the odd Malteser here and there, you know.
Keep it clean. Mostly clean.
You're good. You do yours.
Well,
What's your diet?
what about my diet? Fuck, I
Yes.
eat everything and
Yes.
anything now. I'm a fat kid.
Yes.
What chicks?
No, but we were speaking about this yesterday. Bloody Jimmy, you eat with your eyes, but then you don't actually consume the food.
Oh, dude, last night I did finish that. I had 250 grams steak. I had some mashed potatoes, some onion rings, and I had hot chocolate.
yeah.
I smashed that all back just to go home to smash a cup of tea and half a pack of Tin Tans.
Nice.
I was thinking about eating migu ranks last night with tuna around. So, ooh. But I think that anything with diet though is just trying to get enough calories in.
Yeah.
To meet the demand of training, because if you're training so much, like you just need calories in, man.
100%.
Calories in. That's the main thing you need.
That's what I found hard, like trying to bulk while also doing a lot of jiu-jitsu and lifting, like you have to eat quite a fuck.
Like at least like
ton.
3,500 calories a day.
Yeah, and I
So
think we're
mainline-
both naturally. It's hard for us to
Yeah,
gain weight.
hard
so it's
gainers.
like,
Yeah.
The idea is like if you're a full-time athlete, you have more margin of error because you're just burning so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually harder for the normal person that trains once a day or whatever to lose weight because there's more margin of error.
So this goes in as well with fucking training volume, frequency, and intensity.
Yeah, yeah,
Periodization.
yeah.
Eastern Bloc training.
Yeah.
Fuck up. I hate
I
that.
think like frequency is going to be dependent on each person, yeah. But it's like your game style, your weight, your level is all gonna depend on your frequency. But like it's gonna all affect your frequency. But I feel like
Volume as well.
on volume. But I think the main idea is like as much as you can get in and not be injured and not be that affected, the better you're gonna be. Yeah,
And that's also going to be intensity as well.
intensity.
Yeah. Like, how many times like a week are you training hard?
Yeah, yeah.
If you're on gear,
You can definitely.
yeah, you can push it a bit just because like you can recover a bit faster.
Yeah.
Than the average Joe. So you know.
Well, what's your splits like right now with training? What are you guys doing throughout the week?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe a Saturday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
and probably
But what are hard days? What are drilling days? What are
Tuesdays are hard. Tuesdays a bit hard. Wednesday's a bit chill. Thursday's hard. Friday's hard. Saturday's semi.
yeah,
Plus getting like at least 3 weight sessions in
Yep.
during that time.
Yep.
And maybe 2 pad sessions.
yeah.
Yeah. So
What about you, Dave?
me, I don't know. I'm just always on low power mode, to be honest.
you are. You're always like fucking flight mode.
Yeah,
always on flight mode.
Especially because I'm teaching a bit more. Like the more sessions you do, I'm just always like,
Actually, people don't even understand. People actually don't understand how much fatigue you get from teaching. Yeah, like just talking, mental. Yeah, and I actually think the mental fatigue. Like you see me after work in here, and I've had like 10 patients and all that stuff, and I'm like, bro, I don't even want to be here. I want to get going. But I think I found a pretty good split for me. I do Monday hard, Friday hard, Tuesday, Thursday, like medium.
Depends who you're rolling
Yeah,
with.
it depends who I roll with. Like, and then on top of that, like, if the opportunity to roll with someone good that I haven't, I'll go harder. It's also like based on like, I don't want to. I think about my like energy bar as like just a battery or like a health bar, and every time I like use it against someone, it's just chipping away. So I just want to try to use it against like people that I will get the most out of. Yeah, and that's how I think about it.
experience reffing. I don't think. Have you ref before, Steven?
I haven't.
So
Have you
Steven
ref
has it.
before?
I've reffed quite a few times. Yeah. It's quite fatiguing, and it is quite a thankless job, especially when you're doing like a 10-hour day and it's like match after match after match. And kids are probably the hardest because kids, they move so much, and then like you don't want the kid to get hurt when there's like an arm extended. But then if you stop it too soon, then the parents might get angry, and then it's like, yeah. I've had to have an argument with a few parents before.
I think I told parents to fuck up on him. Yeah, I did. Nah, his daughter was losing. And she comes back from behind and just strangles the girl. I stopped the match, and he's like, oh, she tapped, and I go, yeah, I stopped. That's why I stopped the match. And he's like, keep giving me the evils, and I'm like, fuck, that's the reason why you're behind that barrier, bro. So fuck up.
And it's like, you don't train, bro. Shut up.
This is another one as well. Yeah, one of the mums came up to me and she's like, why didn't she get points for the mount? And I was like, well, she was there briefly. She didn't establish the position. She's like, but she mounted her. And I go, yeah, but she didn't establish the mount.
Yeah, the rules are you have to hold it for at least 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, and I go, maybe you should do your daughter a bit of a service and yourself a bit of service here, and actually train the sport. Maybe even watch the matches. Maybe even looking at a refereeing course and look at the scoring criteria. Because even on the weekend as well, one of the boys, like he hit a nice Seonagi. He hit a Seonagi, went straight to an armbar, but like didn't establish the top position. I shoulder throw you, I go to an armbar straight away. The dude gets out and is on top. And the dude's like, oh, how come there's no 2 points for the takedown? I'm like, he didn't establish the top position.
Or like a classic one is you go to side control, but it's not a guard pass. It's like, he's in side control, where's the 3 points?
And it's like,
you
well-
don't get points for side control.
Well, there was no guard established. It's like if I take you down, I take you down and you end up in side control.
it's only 2 points.
Yeah, it's only 2 points for the takedown.
Apart from ADCC, I think that's
It's 4.
Like,
It's
yeah.
a clean takedown. It's a clean takedown. But yeah, like this is the thing as well. Like just And
Well, they ruin it for their kids. Like
No.
parents, I feel like don't like. It's cool that they're investing in their kids and all that stuff, but a child's mindset at that stage should not be very focused on competition. Like, bro, look, who cares if a 6-year-old wins or a 7 or 8-year-old? It's like enjoy it. That's how a lot of kids get burnt out. That's why there's like they burnt out and they say they hate the sport and they don't want to do it. It's like because you're taking it too competitive, or you're forcing your kid to take it too competitive.
there's that, and just man, shutting the parents down. I'm just like, yeah, no, I've got like no emotional connection to
Yeah.
this child, but it's all right. I will change my decision, and I will let that influence my decisions, right? Because of your emotional connection to that child. They're like, oh, and I go, yeah, nah, not happening.
I would say majority of the parents I've seen are pretty chill, very sportsmen. They say make sure you shake hands with both partners, win or lose.
Very
Majority
level-headed.
are chill.
Yeah,
Majority
very
are chill.
level-headed. The ones that aren't, man, they're just
And then you're thinking, poor kid, that's your parent.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
They're a bit of a
It's actually so dumb.
yeah.
Oh, one thing I was going to bring up, I was talking to Daniel Pankhurst. He's been listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
He's got a match with Jacob Driscoll,
Yeah.
which I think will be a... If you roll with
In
Daniel, you
October.
know how good he
It's
is.
fucking strong, man.
I remember he beat 4 one-purpose people in one day.
I haven't
Were you one of them?
I was one of them. He rear naked choked me. He rear naked choked Lee. Rear naked choked Keelan, and then he rear naked choked Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, and then I think he beat Ethan as well. So maybe it was like 5 one-purpose people. But Ethan also beat him on that day, so it was like 1-on-1.
I heard he has like that retard strength.
He does.
Yeah,
He
like
does, bro.
literally, yeah.
Dude, last time I rolled with him was out at Compton, bro. And the way he took me down, like often, like he crunched my underhook. I was like, yeah, fucking got an underhook. I can circle and like
Yeah.
start working an E-tap here. And the way he just crunched my underhook, it just literally folded me. I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck. And he was like, yeah, sorry. I was like, no, you're fucking not.
I think he's an example of that specialist, because the game that he had at blue belt is quite similar to what he has at black belt. He's got really good on the back. He's got a really good body lock takedown. Got a good foot sweep. He wants to be on top. Good chest to chest
Yeah.
passing. Like
He's just refined.
yeah,
Those key
just
positions
like
that
just
work for him.
very similar game, but just better.
Yeah,
and better.
Just like sharpened.
Yeah, and
sharpened.
there's something to that sharpening. It's just like fuck.
I feel like you become more nuanced on your body positioning. Like it's an interesting one because it's like, okay, it's like he's strong, yeah, but then it's like you could say that he doesn't do. I'm assuming he doesn't do much, like a lot of weights. Yeah, probably gets fit and trains. Yeah, do you know if he does weights?
Probably does.
Yeah,
here and
let's
there.
just but I don't think he's.
So now he was
like,
doing MMA for a bit, I
he
think.
was doing MMA.
Fuck, what am I doing?
But I think like the idea.
He's got a good style for MMA.
Yeah.
Like that, and he's got that grindy. I think he's like he's got that dog in him. You
But I
know?
don't know what he's doing at the moment because I know he did have MMA fight. He did lose. He did
Yeah,
get stops.
yeah.
So.
I think I heard he's just going to try and do some. He'll be able to correct this, but I heard he's just going to focus on a little bit of jits for now, and then try to.
But I reckon
yeah.
he should, bro. He's fucking. He's
Yeah.
a good grappler.
Yeah.
He's a sick grappler, man.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
yeah, how interesting. He's like theoretically like not the biggest guy. You would say like you probably take him to the gym, probably not that strong. And it's actually so interesting because it's like you take these guys like all these top level people and you look at their deadlift squats, all that stuff, and it's not anything crazy, but it's like they've had so much mat time and they've developed strength in what they're good at. Not saying that you should just dismiss the gym, but stop trying to correlate gym lifting to specific performance. Gym lifting is just like injury prevention, and the performance is like time on the mat. Yeah, would you agree with that?
Yeah. I think that's what the weight room is.
Yeah.
Basically, get the armor.
Get
the armor bar up
stop,
there.
Stop trying to complicate it. Yeah, stop trying to complicate it. But yeah,
The aesthetics as well. Let's be honest. That's the only reason we lived.
get a photo today on Instagram.
Which one?
You without your shirt.
What, were you about my shirt? What
Did
last-
you, when you were super skinny, did you have a 6-pack then? Or?
Yeah, I always had the skinny guy abs. I always had, but like as a kid, I always used to do just like sit-ups religiously, like in the morning since I was like remember being like 13 and like for like months on end, I'd get up in the morning and do like 60 sit-ups.
The
like,
get
straight.
a 6-pack in 5-minute videos.
No, I
How
would-
crazy is that? Because you were focusing on abs, and your abs are so well developed. When I was like
everything
year 8,
else, everything
yeah.
else is just like
When I,
lacking.
when I was year 8 and 9, guess what I focused on? Biceps and chest, and they're the most well developed. Yeah, Like they just the easiest to pump. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, what about you?
I'm still waiting for something to be developed. So I think naturally the one body part I don't want to get big does get big, and that's my thighs. Like when I got fat, all my mass went to my thighs and my ass.
You used to ride your bike a lot. Yeah, you used to ride your bike as a kid a lot. Yeah. Play soccer.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Let's analyze each other's bodies. No.
But yeah, what else? What else are we gonna go over?
Aiga?
Oh,
Aiga.
Aiga's some great
I
matches.
didn't get to watch all of it, but
I've finished the second day. I still have to watch the first day.
it's like 9 hours.
Feel bad for Jeremy Skinner.
Why?
I don't think he got a single. Like he was gonna have a match, but then the other guy pulled out. So you see him like come on the mat. They raise his hand, and then he kind of walks up. He's like, "Ah, fuck."
We should actually discuss Isaac and Pedro, yeah, because Isaac's been putting up highlights. I think Isaac's the man, but I don't think it's an accurate representation of Pedro because they already won. The Kasai team already won, and then Isaac was like, "Let's have a match." I think if you've already won and you're asking for a match, it holds no meaning. Like, why do you care? They already won the million.
That sort of incentive is not really there.
Yeah. But he's marketing it well. That's what he's doing. He's like, I beat the number one guy.
He did good against when he armbarred Chris Woj.
That was good. Yeah.
That and who else? Fabrizio Andre, beating Dante.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Oh, I'm fucking DeAndre.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
Cool,
man,
good.
unsweepable.
Yeah. Him and Dante was a really close match.
There's some good mat wrestling. Yeah,
You could argue DeAndre won that.
Yeah, I reckon
close.
he did too. Just because of the scrambles, a lot of the mat wrestle, like it's like getting the near sweep and then just like always killing the posting leg or the high sting
Dante was playing like a lot of almost like deep half, like he was scooping in without the knee shield, and he did that to DeAndre like 4 or 5 times, and DeAndre was able to like not get like I think his hips hit the mat, but then he was able to either like enter the legs or like wrestle up super well from there and not get scored on.
It was like he was playing half guard, scooping the far leg and going to X to try and stand up. Yeah.
Technical get-ups type.
Old school stuff. But it's
it
like,
works,
yeah.
it works.
But I think wrong tactic against Fabricio. Just because the athleticism of Fabricio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to deal with.
I don't think you're going to be able to stand up on Fabricio. I think you have to potentially get a bit more of a connection, like a leg entanglement, a bear trap, I think would work.
Yeah.
You have to like stop him.
It's sort of submission dilemma.
Yeah. That's
And
how
so
you
where they
get up.
for them to defend, they have to give up a sweep.
Isn't it funny that so Hokage beat Dante, Dante beat Ethan Crelinson, and then Ethan Crelinson beat Hokage. It's funny how like the different styles kind of work together. It looked like Dante out physicaled Ethan when they fought.
But then it looked like Ethan out physical Fabricio.
I know that was a crazy match.
Yeah.
He won by a sub as well, rear naked choke.
Yeah, against that hip toss.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Fabricio is just athletic freak. Yeah. Just been trained. That whole team is pretty athletic too.
Yeah.
But like, I think the actual representation of how you could beat that team, like Mika's team.
Cade Rotola.
Yeah, but was it Diego Pato versus Baby Shark? How Diego Pato always threatens the leg lock and like submission attempts to either come up or like
the submission,
it has to-
dilemma.
It has to be like
That
that with
dilemma.
the athletic guys. I don't think you're going to be able to out mat wrestle. I don't think you're going to be able to scramble.
You look at what Danaher always says. They want to put you in positions where athleticism has no play.
Yep.
So it's easier. He always says it's easier to slow your opponent down than to be faster than them.
Yeah.
It's always a lot easier to do that because I think what people do is they try to be faster than their opponent instead of trying to slow them down.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, like, cause like this is like even you would hear Gordon like on the like when the guy they were blowing up. He was always saying he's like, yeah, John gets us to get to these niche positions where we can take physicality and athleticism out of play, where guys are so reliant on it. So where we don't have to fight the athleticism now, we just have to. It's just technique for technique at that point, So,
I think that's important. I think that's the most important. But I think where it goes too wrong is like when people think about it as black and white, where they're like, don't use any athleticism. At all.
No.
And they're just like, no, I don't want to use it for my belly shape.
This is
bro,
what's usually been the thing is you get two types of guys. You get the purely athletic guy with no fucking technique. And then you get that pure technical guy, so fucking good. He's a technician, but when he runs into trouble, like when there's the athlete comes on.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think you're an athlete first. You gotta be an
Yes,
athlete first.
That's what I think B team has been doing well, but I think like
And
they
the-
just like pumping out the scrambles, pumping out the physicality.
The wrestling.
But then I think the big difference is when you get someone like a Nicky Rod versus a Gordon, and then like the athleticism of Nicky Rod is there, but you can see the technique hasn't caught up, and it can't bridge the gap, even though the athleticism is good. But the best is when you're 50-50, when you have that dog in you, and the technical, and then they can you can merge both them together when required.
It's like the fighter with all the heart, no technique.
Yeah.
And the fighter with all the technique but no heart.
Yeah.
You know the guy with no heart or with no heart will break even though he's got all the technique once shit goes wrong. But you know the guy with no technique will fucking keep going hard, but he's got all the heart. So it's like two sides to the same coin.
Do you
want
think-
both?
Oh, yeah, go.
You want both?
No, yeah. I was going to say, do you think every person, I was actually having this chat to Dom, do you think you should go on a match with the idea of breaking your opponent mentally?
Yes.
Or out technically,
Yeah,
like being them
well,
out
there's
technically?
the thing. There's three types of things. What athletes will do. They will fight to not lose. They will fight to win, and then they will fight to dominate.
So it's an interesting thing. It's like saying what are they more motivated by, the fear of losing, or because they love winning. Most guys actually competitively wise do really fucking well because they hate losing. They hate it. But I would say training to dominate your opponent. That's a good one. That is a good mentality to have.
When you roll with a lot of people, but I feel like you gauge a sense of when they break. Because you're the smaller person, always rolling with the bigger people.
Yeah.
You usually get
I can gauge it fast. I can see it fast.
But you weather the storm quite well for the first 2 minutes. I feel like in your head you're like, bro, I got my work cut out for me. I'm gonna you're out technically them, but if they throw you or something like that, and you get put on the bottom, you don't give up. You're like, oh, I gotta go, because as soon as that flips, you're gonna be cooking them. I
Yeah.
think that's what you do really well.
Well, that's the thing, is 'cause I've always been the small guy, so
Yeah.
cooking big dudes has always been my
Yeah.
favorite pastime activity.
You feel when they break too.
Yeah,
eh?
I see it.
Yeah,
I
they
see
go,
it. Nah,
Yeah.
that's the one that's like, nah, fuck, stand up, cunt. You're bigger than
Yeah,
me. I've done this a few times. I did it on Friday, bro. One of the Argentinian brown belts came in, and we're doing inches to singles, and he was going hard, and I'm just shutting him down every time.
Yeah.
And then I sumigation him, assuming the full elevation sumigation. And he's like, and I was like, bro, stand up. I was like, bro, stand up. Why are you tired? I was like, bro, why are you tired? I was like, why are you tired? Like, come on, you're bigger than me, bro. Like, come on, like for real, like for real, bro. Like, this is my third training today. Like, come on, you've got no excuses, cunt. I started speaking Spanish to him really badly.
What do you think of, sometimes there's some people who don't want to roll with anyone too big. What do you think about that mentality?
I don't blame them, because it's a safety thing, and it's like, dude, like what are your goals? Like, you're a hobbyist, a competitor. I can understand, particularly if you got certain injuries, avoiding certain people,
Yeah.
I'm all for that, but I just don't. The one thing I hate the most, everybody fucking agrees on this. Oh, watch out! Don't do this. Oh, don't touch this, and then straight away goes balls to the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, no, I'm like, nah. I'm like,
You can't have it both ways.
We all know somebody like this. We all know somebody like this. We all train with people like this. We all know this.
I think if we're gonna go with someone bigger, potentially it's better if they let you work a few things, but it's really hard to have a good rolling is a bit of as gay as this sounds, dancing. You have to have a good training partner.
You're quite the dancer too.
Yeah, I am good at dancing. But for example, takedowns. Bro, we can do the thing where it's we're just pushing each other away for 10 minutes and nothing's happening. And then it's bro, what's the point of this right now?
Yeah.
I've been thinking a bit more about that. Wouldn't it be more beneficial in the training room for us to expose ourselves to positions?
About that after our rolls today, I was like, fuck, the same thing kept happening over and over and over again. It's because me insisting on trying to shut down a guard, you insisting on trying to attack for me to just try shut down and pass for the same thing to happen over and over and over and over and over again.
But at least you're exposing that. Yeah.
Like I thought about it, and that's why I was like, as you noticed, like by the last 2 rounds, we started doing things a bit different. Like you started standing up, I started trying to pull guard, and I was like, oh fuck.
I think, that idea I've been thinking about a lot, especially in the wrestling, because like jiu-jitsu guys are so cagey with the wrestling, like, hand fight. But it's like, bro, even if you get an underhook on me, I can still take you down. Just thinking about everything and rather than, you're winning 100%, if you just change the mindset of, bro, this is actually 50-50. Like, even though you have more dominant grips, I can still take you down. I think that mindset,
As well.
Have you changed your mindset? Well, I feel like the first idea where I noticed that worked quite well was turtle. Changing my mindset in turtle, where it's like, if I'm in turtle, it's actually, I can reverse you and come out on top.
Yeah. Like you're confident. Basically, you're confident in your ability to problem solve there.
Yeah.
You're confident in your technical abilities from there.
Even back, like, I remember we were chatting about this, where it's like, you were getting to the back, and I was like, one day I was like, bro, it's so hard to finish. I'm like getting gassed out, and you're like, man, it's finishing from the back is hard. You know what I mean? Like, better just stay mount, but similar type of things. Yeah. But
Yeah, I think mount's better for gassing the partner out. Back's better for getting the sub.
Yeah.
And against good people, you want to get them tied first. Like you look at Gordon, it's like I think that's the natural evolution like at the start, everyone's like super submission hunty, and then you get a bit more controlled, and then trying to fatigue the partner. I think that's like, you look at high level guys, and yes, they have the submissions, yes, they have everything, but then it ends up being boring because everyone just wants to like stay on top and just fatigue the other partner,
I was going to say, it was interesting. I was listening to a podcast by Charles Price, and I forgot the other guy. Not O'Flanagan. Like, O'Flanagan does do it with him, but the other guy was... there was another guy doing it with him. But he was saying how at Danaher's, in their room, he just comes, he does a few techniques, a lot of positionals, and it's like balls to the wall because everyone wants to impress Danaher. But then you look at Joseph Chen, how it's a lot of playtime and like figuring it out. I was like, I was thinking about that, like which way is the best to get better at competition? Just going balls to the wall, or going like playtime and like figuring things out? But I think like the idea is like you get a bit of both. That's why I feel like periodizing your training could be good. Yeah, this is where jiu-jitsu people don't do it good, because it's like rolling is so, like, bro, you get so much adrenaline, dopamine. It feels so good. Yeah.
Then it's the egos, bro. Like we all got egos.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we all got fucking egos, bro.
Yeah.
We don't like being tapped. We don't
Yeah,
like being
yeah.
dominated. That's just fucking reality.
Yeah.
Like, speaking, like, jiu-jitsu, combat, to be honest with you, combat sports is full of fucking egos.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. Like, you leave your fucking ego at the door, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you just gotta, if anything, just know when to keep your ego in check, know when it's working with you and against you. It's like I'm saying, it's like you can just have the same thing happen over and over and over again in a row. Because you're just so vain. You're so vain, and you just don't want to. You don't want to expose yourself, and you just don't want to. You don't want to be seen fucking losing, or you just don't want. You don't want them getting the upper hand of you. But like you said, that periodization of at times where you actually do need to go through that to actually fucking learn things. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like this morning, I was like, fuck. I fall back and I was like, fuck. That was like nearly 30 minutes of like rinse, repeat. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I let that happen.
I think that's what. And then sometimes if you don't have enough of an ego, you don't have that push, that drive, that competitive. I want to get better.
Yeah. See,
like you're happy to. He beat me. That's fine.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's when knowing when the ego is healthy for you.
100%.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, you look at the best guys in the world. A lot of them do have a big
fucking ego.
If you want to get good, you're gonna have that competitive. No, I need to get better than this guy.
I
will
fuck
do
you up.
anything. Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I think I got that good ego. Every time you guys beat me up, I'm like, let's do more rounds.
Good thing he wasn't here this morning. Eh? Imagine the podcast. Imagine the podcast. We would have never heard. He's like, guys, he cooked me,
Just
guys.
depressed.
The group chat, all group chats.
But it's interesting because I feel like the more I've been thinking about, it's just more mindset training that I've been trying to get into. As like hobbly bobbly as that sounds, yeah. I feel like if you change your mindset on a few things, it actually changes the way you train a lot. Yeah. Obviously, there's the technical aspect of it, but the fighters always say like 90% of it's mental. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, man, we covered quite a bit actually.
Yeah, I better get going.
Yeah, I got to teach class in 20, and then I got a private.
It's a
I'm gonna
good
grab some lunch.
Good the podcast.